Hello, I'm Pastor Fred Greco, and I'd like to welcome you to this week's edition of the Minister's Minute. This Sunday, we will be going through the book of Romans once again, chapter 1, specifically verses 16 and 17 in our 8:30 and 11 o'clock services, two of the most famous verses in all of the book of Romans, in which Paul declares that he is not ashamed of the gospel, because the gospel is the power of God unto salvation. And that is what we believe and what we preach here at Christ Church, that the gospel of Jesus Christ is what saves. It saves people not only in Katy, not only in Houston, but all throughout the world, all sorts of people from all kinds of places. The gospel is the power of God. At 11 o'clock during our service, we have the special blessing of having two of our young people be baptized. They've come and made a profession of faith and have joined our church, and so now we have the great blessing of applying the covenant sign to them. If you're here for our morning services at 8:30 or 11, you can pick up a copy of a resource that we have, a scripture journal for the book of Romans. It's a great resource which has the text of the book of Romans on one half of the book, and on the other half of the book there are lines in which you can take notes, whether they're your own personal study or perhaps from the sermon or perhaps ways in which you are trying to memorize portions of the book of Romans. And then Sunday night at 6 p.m. we're going to have another special event. We're having two of our sister churches in the PCA join us for a joint worship service, Covenant PCA and Southwest PCA. I'll be preaching from the book of Exodus, the end of chapter 2 and the beginning of chapter 3, about how God remembers his covenant. And then afterwards we'll celebrate fellowship with a sandwich supper. So I hope that you can join us this coming Sunday. God bless.